Hello dear students, welcome to my channel Excel in English. Today we are going to study a poem from your class 9 English textbook Kaveri. It is called Canvas of Soil. This poem is written by Maya Anthony. Now before we start the poem, let's first understand the title, Canvas of Soil. It sounds interesting, isn't it? A canvas is a piece of strong heavy cloth that artists use as a surface for their painting, as you can see here. And soil is something we find in a garden, in the fields outside. But in this poem, the poet connects them in a very special way. Here you can see the simple comparison. Canvas is equal to soil, artist is equal to gardener. Just as an artist uses colors and brushes to create a beautiful painting on a blank canvas, a gardener uses seeds, plants and flowers to create a beautiful garden on earth. So, the very title of our poem, that is Canvas of Soil, is actually an example of a beautiful metaphor. A metaphor, you all know, it's a figure of speech in which two different things are compared without using words like as or like. Here the poet tells us that soil is not just dirt, it is like an artist's canvas where nature paints its beauty. So through this poem, Maya Anthony, the poet, wants us to understand that gardening is not just hard work or a hobby. It is also a form of art where Mother Nature and human creativity come together beautifully. Let us now start the poem and see how the poet has put this idea into words. Let's look at the first stanza of the poem, Palette of earth rich and deep. Here the poet describes the earth as a palette. A palette is a board on which an artist mixes different colors for painting. The poet here uses a metaphor because the soil here is directly compared to an artist's palette. Through this comparison, the poet wants us to imagine that the earth is full of colors, full of possibilities and creativity. The words rich and deep show that the soil is fertile, full of life and full of nutrients, ready to create something wonderful. Where dreams of gardeners seep, it means that when a gardener works, he is not just planting seeds, he is also planting his hopes and dreams into the soil. The word seep means to slowly spread or flow in. The dreams, the love and care of the gardener seep or sink deep into the earth along with the water he uses. Brush strokes of seeds planted true. This phrase, brush strokes of seeds, is another metaphor. The poet compares the act of planting seeds in the soil to the act of using a brush on the canvas by an artist while painting. Now, when the poet says that the seeds are planted true, she does not just mean that the seeds are planted carefully, accurately, and properly with a steady hand. She also suggests that the seeds are planted with sincerity and true intention. It reflects the gardener's dedication, honesty, and love for gardening. The poet actually reminds us that beauty grows best when it is nurtured with genuine love and care. Finally, awaiting spring's vibrant hue means that the seeds are waiting for spring, the seasons when flowers will bloom with bright and lively colors. Seeds don't just suddenly grow into plants, and plants don't start producing flowers in one day. It takes time. The gardener has to nurture the seeds and wait patiently for the season of fulfillment. This word hue, it means shade or color, and vibrant means bright and full of life. Now that the seeds are planted, let's watch the magic happen in the second stanza. Blossoms bloom a painted sight. Blossoms bloom means the flowers finally open up and they look so colorful and perfect that the poet describes them as a painted sight, that is, a beautiful painting. Now, this phrase blossoms bloom is an example of alliteration because the repeated B sound creates a soft musical effect and adds beauty to the poem. Dancing in the morning light. The flowers sway gently in the fresh morning breeze and soft sunlight, and it looks as if they are dancing happily. Here the poet uses personification. Personification is a figure of speech in which human qualities or actions are given to non-human things, animals, or abstract ideas. It is personification here because the flowers are given a human action, that is dancing. Flowers don't actually dance, but by saying that they do, the poet makes the flower feel alive, happy, and full of energy as they sway in the morning breeze. Shades of green, red, and blue. This line highlights the different colors of nature. This is a great example of visual imagery. By naming specific colors, the poet helps us to clearly imagine, to see the garden in our minds. It's no longer just a plot of land. It's now a colorful masterpiece. Nature's artwork ever new. This tells us that nature is the ultimate artist. The garden that Mother Nature creates is a living work of art and it is ever new. That is, it changes, it grows and surprises us every single day. Nature's beauty is ever new. That is, nature always feels fresh, lively, and beautiful. Nature's beauty never becomes old or boring. We have come to the final stanza of the poem. Each plot a canvas wide. Here we see that same metaphor again. Each plot, that is every small piece of garden land, is like a wide canvas for an artist, where art and life coincide. This is the heart of the poem. The word coincide means to meet or happen at the same time. The poet is saying that a garden is a place where art, that is the gardener's skill, and life, that is nature's growth, live together in perfect harmony. Next, she honors the hard work involved in the hands of those who till. To till means to prepare and work on the soil for growing crops or plants. It reminds us that beauty and art don't just happen by magic. It takes hard work, the physical effort, the labor, patience, and dedication of the gardener's hands. And finally, gardens become paintings still. This line is very beautiful and clever as well because the word still has two meanings here. First, it suggests that the garden looks calm and peaceful like a still painting. Second, it also suggests that the garden remains a timeless masterpiece whose beauty never fades. Now let's quickly understand the structure and rhyme scheme of the poem. First, let's talk about the structure. This poem has three quatrains. A quatrain means a stanza with four lines. So with three stanzas of four lines each, we have 12 lines in total. Next, because the poem is short, musical, and expresses beautiful thoughts and feelings, it is called a lyrical poem. Throughout the poem, the poet compares gardening with painting through colorful imagery and vivid metaphors. This makes the poem pleasant to read and helps the readers to clearly imagine the scenes in their minds. Now let's look at the rhyme scheme. The poem follows a very simple AABB pattern in every stanza. This means the first two lines rhyme with each other and the last two lines rhyme with each other. We call such rhyming pair of lines as rhyming couplets. We have seen that in the first stanza, deep rhymes with seep, so we mark them as A. True rhymes with hue, so we mark them as B. Same pattern is seen in stanza 2 and 3 as well. This regular rhyme pattern gives the poem a smooth musical flow and makes it enjoyable to read aloud. And with that, we come to the end of this explanation. Through simple yet powerful imagery, Maya Anthony gives us the message that gardeners are like artists and gardens are living masterpieces created with love, patience, care, and creativity. If you found this video helpful, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Study well, stay happy, stay connected. Thank you.